As we enter into year 2025, it's time to get into the mood of the Indian home buyers. What is their outlook in the Indian housing market? Well, the narrative across the built environment of Indian real estate is about a bullish cycle that would continue in the year ahead. But the average home buyers across India feel there is nothing for them in the property market to be optimistic. With affordability curve beyond the vast majority of Indians, they find a house of their own is something which is a distant dream now. I am Ravi Sinha, and through this Track to Reality survey, we tried to gauge the mood of the buyers. On a scale of 0 to 100, the Housing Sentiment Index has been noted to be just 18, with 82% Indians categorically believing that housing is just not affordable for them. A vast majority of them, as many as 80%, believe it would take no less than 10 years of their gross income to afford a house in any of the leading Indian cities. The global benchmark is 5 years of gross income, with not more than 40% of take home salary. But 70% Indians believe it would take no less than 60% take home salary to buy a house in India. Through this survey, Track to Reality tried to gauge the mood of the nation and, more importantly, their trust over the reports of a bullish housing market. The survey looked into 5 critical areas of housing sentiment, affordability index, future outlook, trust index, and investment horizon. The survey delved deeper into the consumer psychograph to find that the lower wage growth and job degrowth is number one critical concern for as many as 88% Indians. Mumbai was labeled to be the most unaffordable housing market, with no less than 90% falling into can't afford zone. It was followed by Gurugram and Bengaluru, with 80% and 76% terming the respective cities as unaffordable. 78% Indians feel housing market across the segment is overvalued. It is not just the house price in the top tier cities that is affecting the morale and investment outlook of Indians, but rentals across the cities too have started pinching to no less than 68% of the respondents. Hometowns seem to be the last hope of these Indians in the year ahead. Many of them, as many as 70%, are exploring the option of shifting to their hometowns. 68% believe they can only afford to buy a house in tier 2 and 3 cities now. Indians are even saying that there has to be some rationale behind such property price rise. The property price today has absolutely no correlation with the average or median wage in the city. Will lower interest rate in 2025 bring them back to the housing market? 76% of the respondents in this survey said it is inflation and not interest rate that has driven them out of the housing market. As many as 88% believe there is cartelization of Indian real estate to artificially inflate the prices. Many of them, as many as 70%, feel ever since schemes like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and credit linked subsidy scheme, there has been significant drop in the launches of affordable houses. Reports of luxury housing boom is all around in the media, but such reports only add insult to the injury of the Indians. 90% Indians question the industry and media reports that suggest income is booming and there is visible growth in the housing market. Nearly 2/3 of Indians, as many as 64%, even believe the reports of lower housing inventory in the market is due to lower supply of affordable houses. 58% respondents feel real estate is already into a bubble zone. 54% believe it is not a question of when. It's just a question of when and not whether there would be a price crash in the market. 72% believe a speculative investment is driving the property market. Is there any silver lining for the Indians as far as real estate business is concerned? Well, 68% Indians believe in the growth story of real estate stocks. They find the leading realty stocks promising for future. As many as 48% even said that it's better to invest in real estate stocks and REITs that has no affordability or ticket size barrier. Overall, the housing sentiment index is just 18, and this is clearly in contrast to what the industry narrative is saying, that there is a bullish cycle. How can there be so diverse opinion? The opinion of influence peddlers, real estate influencers, and so-called industry analysts is not grounded. They are just trying to create a hype around the real estate, and that is something which is not a very good news for the housing market in the year ahead. Thanks for watching.